Hey guys, it's Stephanie. I'm driving out to see Kay, so pardon me while I drive and talk. You know, I did a video yesterday, but I didn't want to post it because I just didn't like it. About, ranting about, J.J. Abrams' attack on fans and how we're sexist, racist bigots because we didn't like The Last Jedi. You know, I'm gonna try to make this short. First off, I'm a woman. I hated The Last Jedi. I hated The Last Jedi for the way men were browbeaten. You know, you don't see any other color but white men in, you know, the First Order. You don't see any white men really, except for Luke, kind of on the good guy's side. You know, and that's, you want diversity, then hey, be fair, right? And you know, I have no problem. I hated The Last Jedi because of this Reylo shit that was teased. Come on! You know, we all know now, by now, that Rian Johnson is about as creative as a green toe fungus. And we know he stole ideas from that shitty fanfic, poorly written fanfic, Signs and Smoke Signals, that you can find on an archive of our own. We know that he was kowtowing to a small group of very loud, miserable millennial girls who treat men like shit and then wonder why they can't get dates. You know, who've probably never even had any contact with a man, a male human of the species, fat, disgusting cat ladies who go from one celebrity obsession to another, who are obsessed with Adam Driver. You know, the chicks that, I turn on my AC because it's actually quite warm here today. Kind of weird. But anyway, these fat, obsessed ladies who watched, women who watched Lena Dunham's shitty show Girls. We all know that. You know, and what he did was sacrifice the natural progression of a relationship between Finn and Rey. You know, I mean, here's a question for Disney. Do you have a problem with a black man and a white woman, or a white man and a black woman being together? I mean, you know, this has been going on in Star Trek since the original series, Captain Kirk and Uhura, right? So, you know, what's wrong with Finn and Rey? I don't get it. First off, you would have actually had to, you know, developed Finn's character more, and it would have made more sense given the way J.J. Abrams, who should have been very much pissed off about the way the Last Jedi was written and done, because basically it undermined everything he did. You know, shout out to my friend Abu Nas for bringing that up. But apparently, JJ is, you know, in a pissing contest to see who can defend The Last Jedi better, him or Rian Johnson, or that vulgar excuse of a human being, Pablo Hidalgo. So, you know, you drop the ball on giving Finn any reason to exist in the film beyond clown and comedy, right? Because that's, I swear to God, you guys had a list of token characters you wanted. Token Asian chick, Rose. Token black guy, Finn. Token Latino guy, Poe. Token Mary Sue, Rey. Alright, so, you know, we're okay, that's fine, whatever. You know, you think we're gonna like that? No. You know, and that's what pisses us off. And not only that, but undermining the original trilogy. I mean, come on, guys. Really? You know, I mean, here's the deal. Colin Trevorrow, maybe a day or two ago, posted something about, you know, directing Jurassic World and that franchise, saying, ooh, there's a cop in front of me, I'm gonna have to slow down, saying, and I quote, that the reason why that universe works so well is because they actually have fans who write it, and when he asks for advice on canon, they know what they're talking about. I honestly don't think, no matter what the protestations that J.J. Abrams in his beta male-ish way, Rian Johnson in his creepy Jeffrey Dahmer way, and, you know, Pablo Hidalgo in his, you know, Jabba the Hutt way, can say, I don't think they're fans, because fans would not have allowed Luke Skywalker to be treated in such a horrible, disrespectful way. The death of Han Solo would have meant something. Instead, Ryan just shits on it and says, well, we didn't have time. Fuck you, Rian Johnson. You know, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Can you guys all imagine the terror Rian Johnson would have had having to direct Harrison Ford? Or in the fact that, you know, JJ basically was probably so intimidated by Harrison Ford that he probably couldn't speak for 2 weeks. And these guys aren't fans. This is, and it's so obvious. I'm gonna explain something about art. When you're talking about an artist, be he a painter like Picasso or Van Gogh being one of my favorites, or Gustav Klimt, who is my favorite, poets like Percy Bysshe Shelley, or William Butler Yeats, who's my favorite poet, W.H. Auden, who was a great poet himself, novelists like Stephen King, who, you know, everything he writes is weird, so you know he's a weirdo. Filmmakers like Stanley Kubrick, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, actors like Harrison Ford, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Gary Oldman, you name it. You see people like that, you know that they're, you know who they are by their art. And when I saw The Force Awakens, what I got out of it from the people who wrote it, and the director, was that the director's a miserable human being. What I got out of, the first Star Wars movie was the man who wrote and directed it was a person who had deep feelings of what life's purpose is all about, what heroism is all about, which is, you kind of go, that's why it was so good. Meanwhile, J.J. Abrams is obviously a sad, nihilistic, insecure beta male. He's a pajama boy. Look at him. He's a pajama boy. Same thing goes with Rian Johnson, only Rian Johnson is truly pathological in his art because of the way he treated Luke Skywalker. I would say that J.J. Abrams has a problem with his own father, hates his dad, hence how Han was treated at the end of the Force Awakens. And he probably should go seek help for that. Maybe if his dad is still alive, maybe go talk to him. I think that Rian Johnson is pathological towards women. I think that he's a closet misogynist. He doesn't know anything about women, and he obviously doesn't know anything about male-female relationships. I know for a fact that Abrams doesn't, because the way they treated Han and Leia proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. The people behind the new Star Wars canon don't know shit about men and women. Don't know shit about character arc. Even the many character arcs people take within a movie, within a time frame. Alright? There are character arcs, overarching character arcs, and there are mini ones through each story, right? Okay? So, and that's I think the biggest problem I have with J.J. Abrams right now, and the fact that I'm a racist and I'm a bigot because I hated The Last Jedi. Well, fuck you. All right. You know, I was perfectly happy with Finn and Rey falling in love. That was a great romance. I had no problem with that. You know, I have too many good friends, one of my best friends, in mixed relationships, marriages, with tons of kids, happy as hell, okay? So, you know, you can take your anti-Finn Rey shit, and I hate doing shipping things like that, anti-Finn and Rey relationship, and shove it, okay? This whole, you know, and this whole, well, you know, Kylo Ren was misunderstood. Really? You know, no, he wasn't. He's a piece of shit. You know, there's so much you could do with that character. So many places you could go to make it so people could actually feel free to hate him. Because this is about, Star Wars is ultimately about good versus evil, the darkness versus the light, that eternal argument, right? And what you did was you muddied the water. I don't mind Grey Jedi. Every time I think about Luke walking into Jabba's palace on Tatooine and basically doing, I don't know, force chokes on those 2 Gamorrean guards, that was Grey Jedi shit, and I'm happy with that. What I don't like is denying Kylo Ren's crimes so we can all feel sorry for him. He only butchered his father like a dog, one of the greatest film characters of all time, one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars universe. Kids walked out crying. Women walked out crying. And we're all supposed to say, oh, well, he didn't mean it. Fuck you. Okay, how's that? You know, it's the same, you know, we're all supposed to feel sorry for, you know, for the school shooter, for this and that. No, we're not. He did a bad thing. He's of the age of consent. He didn't have to go do that. You know, and he did all this of his own volition. He can, you know, take a short walk off he can take a long walk off a short pier. I don't give a shit. He deserves the punishment that he gets. The justice, the retribution. That's what life is about, okay? Actually, in some instances, that's what Star Wars is about. All right, so let's go on. The dangerous message that you give to girls, that they don't have to work as hard, that they're better than boys, that they can beat up boys, that they can do everything a boy can do. When Luke gets knocked over by Rey, I was so disgusted. I couldn't deal with it. You know, I was literally horrified by that, because Luke is the greatest Jedi that ever lived after his father, Anakin Skywalker. Rey's a fucking nobody, right? So why suddenly can she do all this? That's a dangerous message to girls, okay? Holdo not telling Poe, who's her best pilot of all the pilots they have left, her plan. First off, you know, she does women in the military no good by behaving like that. She's a shitty leader, and anybody who's been who knows the military, who's been in it, knows general officers, understands that you can't treat people, you can't treat your underlings like that. You have to tell your staff what you're doing, what your plans are, so they can give their input. That's why you have a staff, right? And she's just a shitty leader, and turning Leia into a shitty leader. I mean, this is not Bail Organa's little girl, okay? I just, you know, this is not the woman that made Han Solo want to be a better man. I don't know why you did this to her, but I really don't get it. She's not Leia in any way, shape, or form. You ruined her, just like you ruined Han, and just like you ruined Luke. You know, this whole idea that you trashed an epic romance pisses me off to the very core of my being, okay? I was beyond the beyond when I saw that. And again, it's a dangerous message to send to girls and boys, telling them that being in love, caring for each other, being there for each other is a bad thing. You know? This is why your marriages in Hollywood fail, because you have no belief system. You're a bunch of nihilists. And you ruin, again, something that George Lucas had put together, because he's not a nihilist. And what, since the messages are dangerous that you put out there for girls, unrealistic messages, the messages for boys are even more dangerous, because you denied them their heroes in this epic journey. You denied them Finn, Poe, Han, and Luke. The idea that you could, instead of having Rey go, oh, he's just a smuggler, no. Han, she should have been in awe when she met him, like I would have been. Like, you can imagine meeting this guy that you've heard so much about and realizing that ship that sat there for so long was, in fact, the most famous ship in the galaxy, the Millennium Falcon, and that's Han Solo. I mean, she would have been in awe. She would have been in awe of Luke. Now, turning Luke into this hermit that wants to die was, again, another bad message to boys. And we wonder why our boys are lost. We wonder why they don't have anywhere to go. You tell them they can't play football. You deny them their exploration of their masculinity. You fill them full of these psychotropic drugs to calm them down because you can't handle them being boys. And you give them bad messages like in The Last Jedi. Fuck you, okay? You misandrist, insecure beta male, Harpy Harridan Kennedy assholes, okay? So, that's my response. Again, it's the last rant I'll do on Abrams, basically fuck you to, the fans that I'll give you, all right? And I'll tell you something else. I won't see Solo, because even watching the extended trailer, Alden Ehrenreich is no more Han Solo than my dog is. He's no more Han Solo than Jodie Foster is. I fucking don't get why, of all the people he was cast, when he opened up his mouth and he tried to do the Harrison Ford smirk, I literally wanted to, started gagging. I was drinking coffee and I literally started gagging on it. What did you think you guys were going to do? Or what did you think you guys were doing by miscasting a guy that was better off playing a second string hobbit in, Lord of the Rings, for Christ's sakes. It's pathetic. And I'm going to encourage all of my viewers to go and see what Colin Trevorrow posted. I'm going to go and add the Twitter, the tweet to this as a picture, so you can actually see what he said. And it's and I'm going to shout out to SE Reviews, love you man, and to the guy that pointed it out to him. It's pretty much a fuck you to Disney in a low-key, down-low sort of way. So I'll add that, and I want y'all to have a good day. See all y'all in Darshada. Take it easy, scoundrels. See you around the galaxy. Oh, and I'm going to add one more thing. Abrams is basically trying to blame the Trump voters for the failure of The Last Jedi. I'm pretty sure that everybody who watches my channel and goes on other channels to rage and scream at them for what they did to Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Leia are not all Trump voters. I'm pretty sure that the demographic is as wide as the human race is, spans all colors and races, religions, and political affiliations. JJ, Star Wars is a uniting cultural phenomenon. What you did was divide us by this SJW bullshit, okay? So, scapegoating a small segment of the viewers because you are trying to defend what you did is bullshit, okay? So, this is Steph, signing out. See you all around the galaxy. Peace out. So, hey guys, it's just me again. One more time, I'm with Kay right now. We are gonna just go in the yard and graze today because she's too dirty to ride. I caught her laying in a mud hole. Just wanted to add one more thing. Apparently, Hasbro's coming out with an Admiral Gender Studies action figure, which the things that people will do to this figure is going to be hysterical. So, if anybody can get me and Kay an Admiral Holdo action figure, we would love it, okay? Because we're gonna have fun with that. Right, KK? Right? Huh? Yeah, dirty girl. Yep, she don't like Admiral Holdo either. But Kay likes men, so. Anyway, this is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy.